Welcome back here on M.T.N. here at Texas Stadium in Dallas. Tom Todd up here in the booth. Sonic and Tails alongside me. We got a great pit reporters on hand. Alex, Archie, Harry, Harry, Manny, and Sid. A lot of guys here. We are continuing qualifying now as Scott Hess gets ready to go in the Barefoot Chevrolet. Scott Hess finished off the season in 2014 last year. Big bounce for him. I don't think this might be a very good time, Tom. We'll just have to see, Sonic. Sonic, that was a very bouncy run, but it was pretty wild too because he drives the his barefoot truck more aggressively than anybody else out there. He cleared the entire second set of cars, and look at the abuse the suspension is taking. That is a leaf-sprung truck. A tenth of a second slower than Taurus, though, 7.10. That might put him at pretty much at the bottom of the bracket there. John Seasock up next at Sudden Impact.
Sudden Impact had a very dismal season last year, and he's looking forward to recover from that.
You're right about that, Tails. Oh my goodness, what a shot by John Seasock in Sudden Impact. This may be a very good time. Let's take a look at the replay here. He completely cleared the entire set of cars. 5.05. That'll pretty much put him in third place. Now we're gonna leave Dallas for a moment to take a look at action from Roanoke, Virginia. This is also another one of our points events as we see some round one highlights of Bigfoot taking on Bennett, Clark, and Clydesdale, and Eric Meager won that match right there. Bennett, Clark, and the Clydesdale. He's out of Georgia. He died on the cars. They have to go over, on this type of course, they go over a hill and then up and over a set of 7 cars. Right about that, Sonic. Sonic, my home state boy, Bennett Clark did die on the cars. So now here's another round one highlight as we have Rick Swanson and Linex taking on Medusa with a female, one of the most legendary females in the sport in wrestling, but she's now driving a truck, and look at that, she flipped it over on her lid.
She gave it a great run against Rick Swanson there, and it's in there, but the truck hit the ramp up into the cars kind of cockeyed, and that's what sent her over on her roof.
Right about that, Tails. And that was a pretty slow rollover, too. We're looking forward to see more of her in future M.T.N. events. Here's now the quarterfinals with Bigfoot. Eric Meager taking on the Power 4 truck, owned by Carl Malone, driven by Chad Fortune, another Georgia boy out of my home state. And look at this time. Eric Meager and Power Ford were both competitive, but it wasn't enough for Power Ford. So Bigfoot advances into the semifinals as we take a look at Bill Weaver and Rambo and our first look at Dan Patrick's new Samson truck.
Samson out of Kingston, Ohio, and he powered past Rambo there.
So Rambo is also back after a crash he had from a Thunder Drags event. That was the debut of that truck. They replaced many parts on that truck, and that truck looks good. And but Samson powered past Rambo here in Roanoke. Next up, we had Gravedigger in our last quarterfinal matchup. We had Gravedigger taking on Linex. This was a 12-truck field, and Gravedigger eliminated Rick Swanson.
Rick Swanson really on the comeback trail after the crash he had last year and made it all the way to the finals in the Thunder Drag Series, the last event.
You're right about that, Tails, as we see Chad Tingler there. Now the semifinals with Bigfoot. Eric Meager taking on Rambo, who came back as a fast loser. There were 6 trucks in the quarterfinals, which made it a 12-truck field. And you can see right there, Eric Meager powered past that Chevrolet. Bigfoot actually mauled Rambo right off the start line, and then up and over the hill, Rambo took a big bounce, and that was all that it took for Bigfoot to power to across the finish line there. Eric Meager in the Bigfoot 15 truck. The other semifinals had Chad Tingler and Gravedigger taking on Dan Patrick in his brand new Samson truck. And look at that. He is going from it, and Samson powered past the digger.
Chad Tingler in one of those Gravedigger trucks. That was Gravedigger number 14. And Dan Patrick with a new truck, and that truck is looking like it's running really well.
You're right about that, Tails, as Samson powers past, and the Monster Smash final came down to a Ford and a Chevy, Bigfoot and Samson. These two were in the finals in the inaugural event last year, but that was Dan Runty driving Bigfoot in that event, and it was Eric Meager who walked away as the winner here at Roanoke.
You can definitely see that Samson was even with Bigfoot really well, but it was the straightaway between him and the cars, and that's what it took for Eric Meager to win at Roanoke.
Anyways, back in Dallas where we continue qualifying, David Morris in the equalizer is about to take his run now. David Morris out of Springfield, Tennessee. Oh, look. Oh, he completely cleared the first set. Holy cow, this might be a very good time, guys. It will be. Like you said, he completely cleared that first set and throttled over the second set. I think he completely cleared the second set. 4.60. That's a great time for David Morris. Third fastest time. You're very right about that, Sonic, as we have Paul Schaefer and the Monster Patrol out of Portage, Indiana. That hot-looking Frankenstein paint scheme on that truck. That truck run real well. It's very competitive, and this might be a good competitive time. We'll have to see.
Got off the line real well and completely went over over that first set. Smooth ride. And then up and over the second. Powered through.
7.22, not bad, but that's not going to be at the top of the bracket for Paul Schaefer. As now we have Tom Mitson Goldberg looking to bounce back after a dreadful season last year. He's in trouble time. He's over. Goldberg has flipped over on his roof. Holy cow. Oh my gosh. Here's the replay, and he is obviously not going to get a time from that. DNQ for Tom Mintz in the Goldberg truck. Oh my gosh. Next up is Dennis Anderson and his brand new Gravedigger, his newest digger truck with slick tires. Oh, he's off the side over the first set. Coming to the second.
I'm not sure if that's a legal run, Tom. I am not sure.
We're going to have to check and see, Tails. Anyways, here's the replay. Got off to the side off the first set. Had to straighten it out to the second set. And I'm not sure he got the front two wheels up the ramp up and over that first car on that second jump. I am not sure at all. Let's see what the M.T.N. officials say about that. Let's see if we can spot it. Yes, he did get the front two wheels up the ramp up with the first car, so the run is legal. And we're going to get his time down in a second. 8.83 for Dennis Anderson and Gravedigger. We are going to get ready for the first round in just a few moments. Alright, after that astonishing qualifying round, first time I ever televised it in an M.T.N. broadcast since the live edition of the Thunder Drag Series. Let's take a look at the qualifying results. King Crunch's time was 5.14. Taurus 7 seconds flat. Stomper Bully 10.79. That's probably going to be at the bottom of the field. Carolina Crusher 4.40. That's probably the second fastest time so far. That's probably the second fastest time there. Mad Dog 10.51, Wild Hair 12.89, Blue Thunder 5.66. Blue Thunder and Bigfoot each have 5.66, but Bigfoot's going to get the higher position though, because he's the defending champ. USA won our fastest qualifier with 3.96. Snakebite 6.60. Barefoot 7.10. 10 sudden impact 5.05 seconds. Equalizer 4.60. Moss Patrol 7.22. Goldberg crashed in qualifying. He did not get a time. And Gravedigger 8.83. We'll see the first round of eliminations in just a few minutes.